In this video, we're going to talk about my experience testing the new ChatGPT-5. What is up, everybody? It's me here. Hope you all are doing good. So yes, OpenAI has released the new version of ChatGPT. They called it ChatGPT-5. However, there's no actual information on the website. If you go to the website, you will see everything is exactly the same. But if you log into your account and then start a conversation with ChatGPT, you will notice that it says ChatGPT-5, so they have updated the ChatGPT version. There's no information on the website yet. I guess they're going to update it soon. But I was one of the first people who actually got access to test out ChatGPT-5. Okay, so what did I do? I asked it a bunch of questions. Let's see how it performed. So yes, I am logged in. Let me just ask it a simple question like what is 2 plus 2? And let's see what it says. So it says 4. Okay, so nothing really changed here. It's still giving answers very quickly. Where things get interesting is when you start asking some advanced questions. So yes, like for example, let's ask it this question. How does the human brain work? Because we know ChatGPT is powered by the new GPT-5 architecture, which is also used in the new Bing chat. And apparently this new architecture has some sort of improvement in terms of memory. So let us see if it can actually give us a better answer than the previous versions of ChatGPT. So yes, it says human brain works as a network. Okay, it seems pretty fine. Not really sure what it means by that. Let's see how far it can go. The structure enables. Okay, so seems like it's trying to give an explanation. Previous versions would have just stopped here and said something like I do and no, or just not given any answer at all. But yes, it's actually trying to explain. Let's see how far it can go. The structure enables information processing, decision-making, memory storage and other essential functions. Alright, so it seems like it's doing a pretty decent job. It's quite a complex question but seems like it's doing well. Again, the only way we can know whether it's doing better than the previous versions is by testing it more. So let's do that. Alright, so I think it answered that quite well. Let's ask it another difficult question. How about what is quantum computing? Okay, so it seems like it's taking a little bit longer time. It probably because it's still under testing phase. So yeah, it's taking a little bit longer than the usual responses, but it's giving a pretty good detailed answer. It's explaining what quantum computers are, how they differ from classical computers, and their potential applications. So it seems like it's doing a pretty good job. Again, this is a tough question. Quantum computing is a highly complex subject matter. This is what the previous versions of ChatGPT would have failed to answer properly, but looks like it's doing well here. So these were some basic tests. So now I want to ask it some code-related questions. So let us ask it, can you create a Python program to calculate factorial of a number? Yes. So it's saying sure, here is a Python program to calculate the factorial of a number. Okay, so this is a fairly complex question and it's getting this right. So let's copy this code and then paste it inside VS Code and then run this. So yes, it actually worked, so this is a good sign. Let's try a little bit more complex code. How about we say create a full-stack web application using React, Redux and Node.js. So yes, it's saying sure, here is a guide to creating a full-stack web app using React, Redux and Node.js. Alright, so it's telling us step-by-step process. But again, this is something that ChatGPT would have failed to do previously, so this is definitely an improvement. Now if you remember, in one of my previous videos I tried to get ChatGPT to generate me some trading strategies. So it was able to give me some basic strategies, like moving average, MACD, RSI, but it wasn't able to give me something more complex. So let's try that again. So I am gonna say, can you create a trading strategy using RSI and CCI indicators to trade NASDAQ? So it is saying sure, here is a basic trading strategy that uses both RSI and CCI indicators to trade NASDAQ. Alright, so let's see what it comes up with. So it's saying define entry and exit points, set take profit and stop loss levels, practice the strategy, evaluate the results. Alright, so it's telling us the steps, but again, I don't think it's going to be able to give me the actual code. Yeah, it's not giving me the code. So let's see if it can at least generate some code for moving average. So can you create a trading strategy using moving average indicator? So it's saying sure, here is a basic trading strategy that uses a moving average indicator. So it's telling us the steps, but again, I don't think it's going to be able to generate me the code. Yeah, it's not generating the code, so it seems like it's still not able to give me that. Now one thing I notice is that it takes a lot longer time to respond compared to the previous versions of ChatGPT. But the good news is that it seems to be more powerful than the previous versions. So yes, it's definitely faster than the previous versions, but it's still not giving me the code. Now ChatGPT could do this before. So yes, before ChatGPT-4, I was able to use ChatGPT to get some code snippets for moving average and other indicators. But it seems like now, even though it's on version 5, it's still not able to do that. So this is a slight downgrade, but other than that, it seems like it's performing better. Now ChatGPT doesn't just spit out information. It can also be creative, so let's see if it can write a poem. So let's ask it write a poem about technology. So it's saying technology a double-edged sword. Alright, so it's starting off pretty strong. Seems like it's a pretty good poem. Let's see how it ends. So it's ending pretty strong as well. So overall, it seems like it's doing a pretty decent job. But again, we don't know unless we compare it to the previous versions. So let's try the same prompt on the previous versions. So I'm going to switch to the playground. And let's ask it the same question. Write a poem about technology. So this is the poem that it generated previously. So this is the new one, and this is the old one. So it seems like they're both pretty good. I mean, it's hard to tell which one is better. Both poems are good. So let's try something a little bit more complex. Like for example, let us ask it, can you write a story about a robot who falls in love with a human? So this is the story that it came up in the dystopian future. So seems like it's pretty good. It's giving a good introduction. Let's see how it ends. So it seems like it's doing a pretty decent job. It's actually coming up with a pretty good story. So it's definitely better than the previous versions. Overall, I think ChatGPT-5 is definitely an improvement over the previous versions, but it's not a major improvement. The only improvement I could notice is that it can handle some more complex questions than the previous versions could, but other than that, I couldn't notice any major difference. Maybe OpenAI has made some improvements to its memory, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope they make it available to public soon so we can test it more and see what else it can do. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share and like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.